Hello retro fans, and welcome to a journey back in time to 1989. It's November and the new issue of EGM has just released. At the cover, Game of the Month, Ghouls 'n Ghosts for the Genesis. Their review team took a closer look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, an action game for the Nintendo NES. I don't know why Jim gave a 4, I'm more on Ed's side. I had a lot of fun with this game when I was a kid. The level design was very nice, especially the underwater level with their tight time limit was a real challenge. The next one is also a NES game, Sky Shark. It's a conversion of Toaplan's arcade game, Flying Shark. The Japanese name is Hishusame. The NES version is a solid port, but I haven't played this version much. The reason is very simple, I own the original arcade board, and if you see the difference, you know why I only play this version. And here another arcade port, Strider from Capcom. The game was ported to many 16-bit systems, so the question is there any reason to play the NES version? And the answer is yes, because it's a completely different game, and it's a very good game. From the level design it reminds me a little bit of Mega Man. Of course the game looks and sounds not as impressive as the original arcade version, but I think the NES version has got the better playability. And here we have a game for the Turbografx 16, also known as PC Engine, Dungeon Explorer. One of the first games I played for the system, a Gauntlet clone mixed with a little bit of RPG. Nowadays the game feels a little bit old school, but the multiplayer mode is still a lot of fun. Here are 2 pages of games which are coming soon for the Nintendo and Sega systems. Most interesting one for the NES is Ninja Gaiden 2, the sequel to one of the best games this year. On the Genesis side, I would go with Forgotten Worlds, a shoot 'em up from Capcom. And here we have behind the screens a first look at Nintendo's new portable game system, the Game Boy. It's written, Game Boy could very well be the Walkman of the 90s. Do you think Nintendo will be successful with the Game Boy? Time will tell.
Game Boy comes with the outrageous new game, Tetris. And for head-to-head competition, use the revolutionary video link and blow your opponent away. Game Boy, only from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power, portable power.
And here a powerhouse from Japan, the FM Towns, a 32-bit home computer with a built-in CD-ROM system. There are many good games for the FM Towns, but the system has never been released outside of Japan. The FM Towns feels a little bit like a successor of the Sharp X68K. International lookout! Take a closer look at Japanese PC Engine and get a sneak peek at the potential Turbografx game of tomorrow. The systems are not compatible to each other because of the different pin assignment, but the technical data of the game system is absolutely the same. Some games have been translated to English, but most games never released outside of Japan. The PC Engine was a big thing in Japan, but in the US and Europe not so successful.
Turbografx 16, the next generation video game system, with a performance and power to blow you away.
And here's some little Super Famicom update. The successor of the NES has incredible power and fantastic abilities. The picture is a little bit out of focus, but I'm so excited about the new Nintendo system and can't wait to play the new Super Mario World. And here we have the game of the month, Golden Ghost for the Sega Genesis. It has an incredible card size of 5 megabit. It's the successor of the very popular and extremely hard arcade game Ghosts 'n Goblins. The game looks fantastic on the Genesis and shows the power of the system. The game is a little bit easier than Ghosts 'n Goblins, but easier means not easy. If you like the game and still wanna play it on the Genesis, you can try the hacked version of Amaru from 2022. This version has some impressive graphic improvement over the original version. Are you bad enough for the Bad Dudes? That's the question. Bad Dude is a side-scroll beat-em up from Data East, and of course based on an arcade game. Here you can see a comparison of both versions. River City Ransom is a very special game, special for its time. At first sight it looks like a normal beat 'em up, but in this game you can go back to the areas you already was, fight the enemies again and collect money for shopping in the shopping hall. There you can buy items that boost your stats or new fighting techniques. This game mechanic was very special for the year 89 and is a real classic from Technos. Let's take a look at the next game, another shoot 'em up for the NES. And again a port of a Toaplan arcade game. The same applies here for all other Toaplan NES games. If you only own this system, it's a solid game. But look what PC Engine owners got. Master System owners also received a shooter, Scramble Spirits from Sega. The Master System version had to make some concessions in point of graphic and sound. There are much better shooting games for the Master System, like the Aleste games, but to be honest, the arcade version of Scramble Spirit was one of Sega's weaker games. Not only Nintendo had a portable game system, Atari presented his new system, the Atari Lynx. More power and a colorful screen with backlight. But the system had some problems, the software support was a little bit weaker, the system was very expensive and eats batteries.
Introducing Lynx from Atari, the color video game you can get away with. Well, sometimes.
For the US market, Hudson Soft changed the name of the PC engine to Turbografx 16 and made a larger and more futuristic design for the game system. Biggest problem was the software support. Aside from shooters, there were not so much interesting games for the US market. One of the best games was Blazing Laser, a very good shoot 'em up. In Japan the game was known as Gunhead, developed by Compile, the same people who also made Sanak. The Genesis also received a new shooter, Thunder Force 2 from Technosoft. It was not a completely new game. 1 year earlier it was already released for the X68K. Thunder Force 2 had two different kind of stages. One are traditional shoot 'em up stages, the other levels had a top view where you can move in every direction. I think most people preferred the traditional level and they kicked out the top view in the later Thunder Force games. If someone wondering what happened to part 1 of Thunder Force, this game was released for the Sharp X1 in the year 1983 and all stages there was from the top view like the first stage of Thunder Force 2. For today it's game over. If you liked the video, leave a comment and subscribe the channel. Thank you for watching and see you next time.